Oh, do you see that? I'm terrified of those. Terrified. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let me see if I can prop this up. If my sound is bad, let me know. How can I what the heck? Okay. Sorry guys, I've never done this before. Um, okay. I think I'm live. I don't like see any chat or anything, so I don't even think anybody's in here. But anyway. Okay. Well, come on, guys. There we go. I'm waiting. We gotta like. I'm sweating to death. You guys, why does Massachusetts not believe in air conditioning? Dying. They do actually. Can someone say something so I can see if I can see the chat? Because I feel like I. Oh, what? I feel like I can't see the chat. I don't know where to see it. Oh, okay. Hey, Jen. Hi, Miss Dina. Mother of Papillons. Hi. Okay. I'm dying of heat stroke because they do not know how to turn the AC up cold enough in the courtroom or outside. It's like freaking, it's 82 degrees, but I'm burning hot. Okay. Number one. Um, okay. Yay. Thank you, Miss Dina. Thank you for sharing. Awesome. I'm like waiting for therapist, to get on. Should be the first one. I'm kind of scared to leave here and text her because I don't want it to kick off. So if you're here, say hi. I don't want anyone to miss anything. Also, my clock in my car is off. Sorry, you guys get ADHD, Dr. Rachel, when I go live because there's so much going on around me. Um, okay, I don't know if you saw the beginning of this, but there's a giant windmill, and I'm terrified of windmills. So I'm staring at it right now. I'm doing some exposure therapy to try to, like, I feel like the blades are going to fly off and hit me. Hold on, let me see if I can do something. Am I still live? I don't know what just happened. Wait, if you guys can still hear me, can you say something? Say something if you can hear me. Oh, here we go. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, most importantly, I met Kevin Reddington. I did not get I didn't get a picture with him because it's just like awkward. That wasn't the vibe. So, um, yeah, so I didn't take a picture, but I introduced myself. He was like, "Oh, are you going to be here Monday and Tuesday?" I was like, "No." He's like, for the psychology experts," and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm only here today." He's like, "Oh," he goes, "Well, I said I had hoped to be, and he goes, "Oh, they're taking forever for everything." So he's so funny. He's exactly how he is in court. So here I have notes so it was crazy. I'm waiting outside to get in. I didn't really recognize any people. I met Bob Mata. Yay, that was really cool. We sat and talked for a bit and I got a picture with him. And I might try to pop on, although I'll be driving to his like mental health thing he's doing tomorrow with Defense Diaries. And okay, so let's see. So when Reddington walks through outside in the lobby, everyone's like, oh, like saying hi to him and stuff. And he's like, hey, he like walked up to some guy he knows and was like, hey, does anybody need an amazing real estate attorney? And like, he's all loud and like outgoing. And then when the two Commonwealth attorneys came walking through, I kid you not, it got like dead silent for like a split second. Everyone was like, and that was it. So the vibe is that like most people there are pro Lindsay. There's not a lot of room in the courtroom, but it is a really big, beautiful courtroom. It looks a lot smaller on TV, but the front sections are reserved for media. So you can't like no one can sit there. So I was in the back section in the second row, and um, Lindsay's parents were there. Lindsay was there. I only saw her back. I mean, she did not move a centimeter the entire time I was in there. Not a centimeter. Um, yeah, I know, Jen. So we come in, the bailiff, the officer there is like, okay, everyone's electronics need to be off, not just silence off. The only people that are allowed to have electronics in here are people with media badges, right? So, okay, I turn my phone off. This woman comes in like I don't know, like a few minutes in, she's got this big bag. I'm like, oh Lord, she's going to be the one. So she comes in, she's like rustling around. I don't freaking know what she was doing. She squeezed herself in behind me between these two people. And I kind of glanced back and the people were like, what is she doing? Being all loud, busts out her iPad. All right. Nobody saw her with it, so she didn't get in trouble. But anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. And she was like the lady in church opening her candy. I was like, can you not? Courtroom coffer was sitting in front of me. Okay. So the jury. The jury is mostly white. They are mostly older, and by older, I mean 40s, late 40s. About 10 of them look like they're in their 50s. And maybe 3 of the women look like they could be in their like 30, like somewhere between like 27 and 35. But it's an older jury than I expected. There were 2 to 3 men that might be in their 30s, but honestly, it was just mostly it seemed like mostly 50 plus is what it seemed to be. A very white jury. And they were all very attentive, lots of them taking notes, looking back at their previous notes. I mean, it was kind of a boring testimony just now, and they all were paying attention. Nobody's falling asleep. They were happy to get up and stretch when they could. So the defense, or Reddington, said that he's hoping Monday or Tuesday that his case will kick off. So, and Bob had said that he said similar to him that they had said maybe they'll rest today, but probably Monday or something to that effect. And so we'll see. Yeah, mostly Ken's age now. It was it was hard to hear in there with the gallery noise because people don't know how to be quiet, like constantly shifting, looking in their bags, coughing. So when Reddington walks away from the mic, it's like really hard to hear him in there more than even when it's online. I had to ask the guy next to me what one of the objections was because I couldn't like hear what he had said. But he's funny. Reddington's funny. You don't always see it on video, but he'll like say something to the witness, whatever. He'll look up, kind of smile, look at the jury. He'll stare right at the Commonwealth. Then we'll kind of look at Lindsay as he's walking back, like with this little smirk on his face. Like he's very theatrical. Um, and the Commonwealth, they are too. They're very, whenever they talk to each other, they're very animated, like, oh my gosh, look. Like it feels very much like an act. And even when toward the end when the one attorney was like, I need to I would like to review that before it's submitted. What was she wasn't actually like there, what was she looking at to make sure? Like she was doing that facing the jury, and she was doing that, I think, to indicate that there might be something sketchy going on, like, or whatever. So I real happy. Okay. Let's see here. What else? It's cool in person to be able to see everything at once, like to see how the Commonwealth is reacting, the jury's reacting, the gallery's reacting, like everything all at once, and see what everyone's reactions are. Like you get so much more there. It's other than the rustling and what seems like I'm describing chaos, it's like it's really quiet in there. Like it's not quiet, but it is. It's not like it doesn't feel somber. Trying to describe how it is. It doesn't feel somber. It feels kind of stoic, I guess, is what I would say. What do you be surprised to know? Oh my gosh. Um, the visuals of the sidebar today, anyway, consisted of, you've got the twin, I'm just going to call them the twins, the twin Commonwealth women, and Reddington. And Reddington is just sitting there. He's really not looking at anyone. He's just staring straight ahead. He's listening, but he barely says a word at sidebar. The women are like to the judge, and the judge is having an animated discussion, and it's going on and on. And Reddington looks like he's just like a happenstance bystander. It's like, yeah, no, I didn't get somber in there. Like It wasn't. It was just more stoic. I don't know, more clinical and stoic. Maybe just because of the nature of the testimony at the time. I'm interested in what this next. There's going to be, I think, one more witness at 2, and then they're going to wrap for the day. So I'll be going back in. Um, yeah, it's deliberate. It is deliberate. I don't know. It is really hard to explain. But like when you can see everybody's like little micro action reactions to things, it's really interesting. The witness was so slow to find crap. I was like, dude, he was a total beefcake. Like when he walked right out in front of me, and he was a total beefcake. Like he could barely button his suit. He was like, no wonder his nose breathing was just so like difficult. It didn't sound as his nose breathing you couldn't really hear in the courtroom, so that's good. um One juror in particular, he's a white guy, he has a beard, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. He's a white guy, and he's very attentive, and you can tell he looks around at everything. Like he watches the witness, but then he looks at the Commonwealth, he looks at the defense table, he looks at Lindsay, he looks out in the gallery. Like he's very observant, and I'm just kind of wondering what that means. Like what are his like, is he gauging other people's reactions? Like, I don't know if he's just trying to keep himself alert, but it was interesting. Like, he seemed to very much be in tune with like the whole process and like the whole big picture. Um, uh, oh, um, it was funny when Reddington was trying to, I think he was trying to pinpoint like a specific date for something or whatever. He has a guy, I guess, I don't know if he's like a paralegal or what, but he has a guy that's sitting right behind him. And um, he turned around the guy, and he was like, where did I find this friggin' thing? Like, he's so him. Like, he's just this person that's so him. You know what I mean? Um, so they do some whispering or whatever. When Reddington talks to Lindsay, he gets right in front of her, in front of the table. Like he doesn't whisper to her next to her. He sits, and I don't know if you guys could see. Oh, it's his son. I didn't know that. Okay, that's awesome. That's very cool. I don't know if you guys could see that Reddington had a stack of photo albums in front of Lindsay that he referenced at the very end and was like, did you notice the tons and tons of photo albums? He had a stack of them sitting there that you could see. They were like pink and blue and whatever. Uh, it's very it's very theater in there, and I know like that's coming from my perspective where I live at the theater. So, but it is very theater. You start to realize, like in person, you can realize so much more how the deliberate things that the attorneys do to create a feeling or to trigger thoughts for people, like her trying to recheck um the documents to be sure, and Reddington, sort of how he kind of makes eye contact with each party, and how um even when he's standing at the sidebar and he's like hands in his pocket staring straight ahead, sort of like, okay, whatever. Like it's everything is very deliberate. um that is so cool. I didn't know that was his son. That's really awesome. Yeah, like I said, Lindsay did not move a centimeter. She is she's not catatonic, but it's almost like catatonia. Like I even looked like for a little tiny swish in her hair or her head, she doesn't move. It's just like hard to explain. Like if you were watching her, you would think like it was a freeze frame or something. Like there is no moving. Oh yeah, and I was saying like when he speaks to her, he stands right in front of her and leans over and talks to her like right in her face. There's no like leaning over whispering or anything, and I don't know why. I was talking to Bob, and Bob was saying that Reddington had relayed to him, like sitting right there, like she's still suicidal. She still sitting there right now. Like that's not good. Because I was telling Bob, like if she gets in the hospital, people think, oh, she might get out early. She's not getting out for decades. You got like the suicide risk alone. She'll never convince anybody that she's not actively suicidal, and I don't blame her. I can't blame her, you guys. Like, I feel like she's probably really frustrated at how supervised she is right now. It's just so sad. Um, I found it interesting that that witness didn't recall these pretty important texts, which the most important thing I think is her search for schizophrenia and psychosis, because that makes me believe she was for sure hearing voices before the incident. Um, yeah, I'd be out of here too, man. I can't blame her. I almost feel like it's torture to supervise her. I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that. That's whatever. But yeah, so it's definitely it's a much bigger courtroom than I thought it was going to be. Oh, the jurors did really watch the attorneys at the sidebar too. They were all locked in watching them. I don't know if they were trying to tell what they could say, but they were watching the behaviors at least. So, um, oh my gosh, Ellie, that's so cool. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, he's a cool guy. Like, I mean, he's just normal. He's a guy. He's a normal guy, right? That's very cool. Thanks for coming. Anybody have any other questions? I don't know. Um, I don't know. I didn't see any. Oh, Sue O'Connell. I saw her. I didn't recognize anybody else, which is like, I'm like the worst person to go to these, you guys, because I have facial recognition problems. And even Bob looks really like, I was like, is that him? Are we sure that's him? It's totally him. But I get scared because I've been wrong so many times that I don't want to be like, hey, Bob, and then be like, what the hell, who are you? But I did. I don't recognize faces. So probably everyone in the entire YouTube world is here and I just don't recognize them. But anyway, I did recognize Sue. Um, what do you guys want to know? Anything else you're curious about? The courthouse itself is really nice. It's really beautiful. It's more modern. It's not like an old school, what you would think, like it's not a Massachusetts like one of the first states kind of old 1800s courthouse. What's for lunch is probably going to be these because I'm too scared to leave and not have time to get back. I do remember names, but like, so real happy. I'll be watching TV with my husband. He's like, "Oh, that guy's the one guy from this show and that episode," and and I'm like, "I have no idea." But I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, did you see Madonna was on blah blah blah?" And he's like, "That wasn't Madonna." I'm like, cool. I'm doing this for therapist. She likes when people eat on lives. Um, a bonkation of Lally. I might do a Karen Reed tour after this just for my own fun. Why? This is what I do for fun. It's not fun. It's really interesting. Yeah, it depends on what the next witness is. Like, I feel like doesn't the Commonwealth want to end on like a bang? Like, if they're going to rest on Monday and there's just one more witness, who is this witness going to be? It's going to be someone that they want the jury to think about through the weekend. So that'll be interesting. What's it going to be? Or are they just horrible and they won't do that? So I hope it's someone good. Um, what else? What other questions, guys? I know I won't do it again. I learned I'm allowed to have a drink in there at least, so I'm going to bring my water. Has the CW had a bang yet? What do you mean a bang? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, the testimony itself was pretty boring. I mean, the guy took forever to find every single thing, and then he had to cite the time by the millisecond. It's like, all right. No, Miss Dina, I wanted to be here. I've been here all week, but I've had stuff going on with my daughter, and I have to go back home tomorrow. So, no, I really, really, really was hoping I'd get to see the defense experts. Because I would be fangirling out here so bad. Let's see. What else? What else? Thank you. Do they want to go out with a bang? Yeah, nothing's been. I agree. I think they. Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. No, they haven't even had a bang yet. I'm just like, what are they even doing? this is every single person has helped the defense, in my opinion. There's been nothing that's like, oh, because here's the thing, even the evidence of her thinking about suicide way before this, okay? Um, her like her looking up all this stuff and like I don't know if they're trying to say, see, this was all planned. Well, she didn't look up anything about hurting the kids. And also, they haven't said anything about the time of the crime, which is the question, is the time frame in question. Like none of this really matters except it gives context and makes it like you can make sense of how this could get to this point. But like if they think that that's their big, oh, this was premeditated moment, okay, of her own unaliving, but not, but also that's not the time of the crime anyway. So, oh my gosh, Zach, where have you been? All right, what other questions? Zach, you better be nice. We haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, so if we consider this next witness is going to be who they want to go out with a bang with, just keep that in mind and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have to try to like bum rush the door too because I don't want to like get stuck next to that lady with the iPad and the like I don't even know what she's doing there. She was like searching on her iPad the entire time. She wasn't even yeah. She wasn't even paying attention. So who should the last witness be? I'm going to eat another chip. I'm sorry, I don't have that much time. I'll be quiet. It's probably worse. I don't know. Did you guys see the beginning? Look, terrifying. Terrifying. Hey, Zach, go kick rocks. Let me make sure I got everything. Let's see. The jury's a good split of men and women. What else? You guys, I need questions because that was about it. I'm just like taking it all in. Yeah, the air conditioning game is terrible here. It's so hot in there. Um, yeah, I think I told you everything. Okay, well, I'm just gonna end this then, and then after this witness, I'll get back in the car and do another one, and then I'm going to do a Karen Reed tour. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go get dinner at the waterfall, and then like I'm kind of scared. I don't want to go to C and D E whatever D and E. I don't know pizza, but yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. But put on your notifications and yeah. All right, guys. Talk to you later.